Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. So as you know, today we are going to start with the Anthropology 300 plus enrichment course, and this course is here to provide you the value addition, the enrichment, and it's like the aim for this batch is just to help you so that you would be feel confident for your optional and you can score 300 plus marks. So this session is going to be the introductory session. If like chat box is open now, so here you can ask for any sort of doubt. If you have any sort of query, so you can ask for. Okay. Hanji, good afternoon Varun, good afternoon. If you have any sort of query related to the course or anything, you can just ask for. Okay, fine. So in this session I'm going to provide you some sort of insights related to the lecture, like how our journey and what is the basic schedule. Fine. So now let's start with that. The first thing that I just want to show you is the UPSC syllabus. Whenever you are starting for any sort of subject for your UPSC preparation, so the first and the foremost thing what you need to do is just to have a full-fledged introduction with the syllabus. And this is also true with your optional, that is your optional anthropology. So the syllabus for anthropology is short, but it is short for everyone. Every single person is some sort of competition for you, not only related to the other optional but the person who are within your optional. So here you need to have a better strategy. If you are having a better strategy, you can plan the things accordingly, and then you can have a full fledged view, I mean how you need to proceed. Here in this class I'm going to help you to get the basic idea that how you need to approach your optional. Even if you have completed your optional 2 year before, 1 year before, now you just need a specific revision with the test series. So everything I'm going to tell you in this particular course. If you have any doubt, you can ask for. Okay, so Varun is asking, ma'am, will this course be enough? I mean, will anything more needs to be done? No, not at all. I am taking the full responsibility for your complete revision with the value addition. Not only this, I'm going to train you for writing the answer, and then we'll be having a one-to-one mentorship that's going to be customized. Means I am going to have your answer copy in front of me and will read one every single question, every single answer in front of me, and will help you where and at which point you can improve. I mean, I can provide the basic guidelines that I will be providing you through this session. So, in today's session, I'm also going to help you to know how to proceed with your optional paper and the question. On the very first class, I'm going to tell you some basic details. Here on, later on, like I would also help you to prepare the short notes. So, my purpose, like, let me tell you, my responsibility is just to provide you the content. Now, I will be having a complete supervision upon you, and I will make you to prepare your own short notes. This is something going to be little bit difficult, but I will make sure that there is going to be ready-made short notes for everything, so that you would be confident not only in the revision or value addition, but major objective is to make you confident for the answer writing, how you can frame the answer. Okay, so this is what we are going to have. Now let me give you the basic overview. So paper 1, it includes two parts: socio-cultural anthropology, physical and biological anthropology. You would say, ma'am, we know this thing, but still I would let you know again and again, so that the strategy to prepare and the strategy to write answer would be there in your mind. Why? Because the way how you are writing answer for socioculture anthropology is completely different with the way you are writing your answer for the physical anthropology. So this is what you need to understand. Okay. Another thing is in terms of the paper 2. So in the paper 2, we are having the Indian archaeology, we are having the Indian anthropology, as well as the tribal India. So in this part, in the paper 2, these three part, they are again having different demand. Okay, so AC is on. So this is something that we need to understand here, that this part is again require some separate way of understanding the things, separate way of doing the things. Okay, just check out the temperature. Now let me give you the basic overview. So this is a basic circle. Here you can see the basic percentage. So I'm going to fill it up so that you will get the idea how much attention should be given to a certain part for your anthropology optional. Okay, so let me give you the basic overview. Meanwhile, if you have any sort of doubt, you can ask for any sort of insecurity, anything. Anji, good afternoon, good afternoon. But what's your name? Let me know your name as well. Okay, now this part, as you can see, it is constituting 33% of the total syllabus, and it is socio-cultural anthropology. Okay, and you know very well that it is related to the paper 1. This part is most interesting one as well as most difficult one. Reason? Because this part, it requires a comprehensive approach where you have to study regarding the thinkers, some theories. I mean, anthropology is not wholly constituting the thinkers and theories, but if you are providing it's going to provide you value addition. Fine. Then next part, it is around 24%, and it is nothing but it is the physical anthropology. This is the most easiest part. Quite possible some student would say, ma'am, it is biology only, it is science part, it is difficult, it is the only thing related to the anthropology where we have to study that how human transformed from the apes, how monkeys were considered as our ancestor. So quite possible you would think, ma'am, this is the difficult one. But let me tell you, for writing the answer, for framing the answer, it is the easiest one. Why? Because you don't need to do anything from your own side. Everything would be here in terms of platter, and you just need to write. Okay, then 5% is about Indian archaeology. One trend that has been changed by the UPSC from last 2 years, in the year 2023 and in the year 2024, there are so many questions asked from this Indian archaeology. Although it is constituting only 5%, but we are going to pay more and more attention toward this thing, and it is related to the paper too. This thing you know already. Now this Indian archaeology part is also being asked in the paper 1. Reason? Because there is one unit 1.8. Fine. It means that this part is going to be something where we have to pay attention, because UP has seen they had changed their trend. Fine. Now 19% is tribal India and 19% Indian anthropology. Okay, so it's again part of the paper 2. So Indian anthropology, it includes some current things. The kind of thing we would be doing for the paper 1 is completely different with the paper 2. Here I am going to take some separate class. What is the basic plan? I would be explaining that, but here you just need to take the basic overview how we have to pay attention toward the different parts. Okay, I would be training you before your test. Like, there is a full fledged plan. First, you would be studying, revising, then there is going to be test. Before test, I would be taking one session so that you would be confident. Like, next day, you have to give the test. So, you need to be very much confident about it. Okay, fine. Now, let me just show you the basic overview how and in what terms we are going to proceed. So it is about anthropology enrichment course. Enrichment means some sort of value addition. This value addition will provide you the revision. Now you had revised the subject, but how you can be more confident if you are going to provide some test. So it includes test series as well. Fine. So main agenda is to train you to be confident to get the 300 plus marks. Although luck is also going to play some part. Why? Because on an average we can think of that as per our capacity we can we can have a basic range from 270 to 290. Till 270 to 290 you can just stretch yourself and can provide your maximum potential. Up, then the 290 is something going to be like luck is also going to play their part. Fine. But we will like 362 highest marks in 2018 by Lakshmi ma'am. So in 2018 she had 362 marks. This is something, and let me tell you the story of the Lakshmi ma'am. So she basically having sociology optional, but she was not able to get the highest marks because sociology is requiring some different approach. So a person having a practical approach won't feel like ki with a theoretical approach he can write good one. So what she did is she like immediately in her last attempt she changed her optional. So in the fab, what she did, she changed her optional to anthropology. She fill up the form, and now anthropology she fill up the form. She don't know anything about anthropology. Then what she did the paper 2 first, and she did the paper 2 first, and then she completed it before the prelims. Every single day, 2 2 hours, she completed it. After completing it, then she changed towards the paper 1 after the prelims when she found that she is able to clear the prelims mark, and then she started preparing for the paper 1, and she was able to get in this less time 362 marks. Even in 2023, highest marks from any optional is from anthropology, 325 marks. So here we can say that yes, luck is also going to play, but this is hard work which will provide the foundation till 290. Then it's something that you can impress the examiner, they can provide you anything, even the diamond. Okay. Now, this is going to provide you 5 sectional tests and 4 full length tests. Now, this is how the syllabus is being divided. Here we cannot, I hope in the screen you can just find out well. Okay, if in the online any student is having any sort of doubt, you can just ask for. Okay, now here you can see that paper 1 socio-culture part is first divided, and till 12th June we are going to cover it up. Fine. So this is how units are divided. So unit 1.1 to 1.3, the date for the lecture is 2nd June, and we are also going to provide you questions. So 300 plus questions with model answer is also going to provide you. This is how first lecture would be, then second, then third. This is how we are going to have the lecture. Now let me give you the overview how the lectures they are going to be there, and what is your basic requirement, what you need to do. Fine. So let us suppose on first lecture, like for the first lecture we are having unit 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. So the duration it depends upon the topic. So we are not going to have any sort of thing in back of our mind that lecture should be for 2 hours only. It depends upon the requirement. First, we are going to analyze the PYQ. PYQs, like I'm going to provide the PYQ till 1985, but major attention we are going to pay towards 2013 to 2018, then 2018 to 2024. Why? Because from the last 2 years, UPSC they had changed their pattern. Paper 2 is more GS type. Why? Because as per the content, let's see Indian villages, agriculture, land reform, then tribe developmental schemes, globalization, industrialization. So they are asking questions more, those are practical based. Fine. Then after analyzing the PYQs, first we are going to analyze the PYQ related to these units. After that we will have a revision. This revision is going to be full fledged. So here in the revision, going to use some PPTs. These PPTs, they would include, most important thing is the diagrams. Every single question they should have in the diagrammatic format. Then we are going to have some case studies. Case studies which are going to provide some edge to us. Another thing is we should understand some basic concept with the help of the case study. So as many case study as we can mention, that would be much better. Then after the case studies, we are going to have some sort of examples. Like here for the anthropology, one of the way to mention, like as I told you in the paper 2 examples, they are more important. But for the paper 1 as well, if you are showing some sort of, like for example, we are showing some sort of cultural things. So for culture, we need to provide a basic, uh, like in the format of comparison, we have to show some sort of culture. So I'm going to provide you some basic sort of examples. Like there are some traditional examples, and maybe like you have studied so many examples, but I'm going to provide you new example. Let me give you a demonstration for that. You must know this thing, that in the China, they have one basic practice, that the female of the like Chinese female, they used to bind their foot. Why? Because they need to have a traditional dance form. Other than this, they have a basic tendency in their mind that the female who's having a very short fit, they are going to be more and more beautiful. They will get more and more good husband. And it is bringing luck for the husband as well. So this is a traditional example. Every single person, they know this thing. But I'm going to provide you new example related to different types of culture. In the ethnocentrism, in the culture relativism, different. So, what I'm going to do is I will compile the examples unit wise, and I will be sharing those files with you in the PDF format. This is what I'm going to do. I will be compiling so many examples. Let me give you a basic view. For us, it is something like in India, it is something in terms of a sacred thing. For us, take caring of the child is considered as the epitome of the emotions. For us, if any female, she is not having like if any mother is not having her child with her, we consider that how harsh she is. She's emotionless, these and that. You must have watched that video, Mrs. Chakravarti versus Norway, one movie of the Rani Mukherjee ji. So in that movie, the people of that Norway, that police, they took their children in their custody. Why? Because they feel that Mrs. Chakravarti, she is showing some bad parenting. Why? Because she is from India. She was she was having her child while she was sleeping with her husband on the same bed. According to the Norway culture, it is something which is prohibited. It is something which is restricted. So we are going to add on this type of example. Let me give you one unusual example, quite possible, but let me tell you one thing from the very beginning. While studying for anthropology, while studying about different culture, every single person, they will keep their emotion aside. Maybe I'm giving some example related to some religion. Maybe I'm giving some unusual example. Quite possible something you will feel unusual to listen. Let me give you one of the example in the East Africa and in some of the region, and even in some tribes also, that there are different types of tradition. Like for example, in the East Africa and in those tribal people, what they used to do, they used to have a full-fledged feast for the marriage. They will one marriage sacred ceremony would be there. Then husband and wife, they would be allowed for the privacy and to have the first night. After the first night, next morning, they, like, all the family members, all the relatives, they would be gathered in one hall. All would be sitting there. After the first night, the blood stained bed sheet would be showed to all the people of their family, just to show that girl, she is virgin, just to show that they are controlling the sexuality of the girls. If there are some blood stain on the bed sheet, they would continue this marriage. If not, they won't. Why? Because this is a sign of the virginity of that girl. So it is something considered as humiliated as per the Indian culture, but it is being celebrated. If there is blood stain, they would celebrate, they would hug each other, they would celebrate that yes, marriage is now going to be fruitful, these and that. And now the child would be blessed. So these types of examples would be there in your culture unit, unit 2, unit 6. So I'm going to provide you so many other examples. Like there are witch hunting. So I would be giving you so many witch hunting example. Child marriages. in the Rajasthan. Unusual for us, but it's a tradition there. Other than this, parda system, unusual for others, but there is parda system in Haryana and in some other areas in Rajasthan as well. So I'm going to provide you so many other example as well. So I'm not going to open my pitara in this class only. So for that I would be providing you separate file, so separate file PDF, and I would be giving you so many news clip, and this is in terms of a separate file. Fine. Other anthropologists as well. So I'm going to provide you this thing. This is going to be something which is like, let me give you some star and other things so that it would be highlighted. One more thing, I'm going to hand hold you for everything. I have gone through the but haven't done the answer referred in the marriage. Okay. Even if you haven't done that, don't worry. We need to upgrade our material. Even if you have some standard books, still you have to upgrade your material. Now, this is how we would be revising. You need to have a proactive approach. Now, here, this is my assurance that I would be providing you extra things. But I require one promise from your side as well. That promise is you need to give 100% just to learn the things. As well as here, one most important thing I am asking from you is to prepare short notes. I would be training you for preparing the short notes. One more thing. Still, I am having so much workload. Still, I would see all your short notes. You have to prepare and you need to show me. Online student, you need to share the PDF. Offline student, you can show me here. Okay. So this is what you need to do, and this is something that I'm requiring from your side. I would train you. Like in today's class only, I would be training you for preparing the short notes, and then later on we'll start through the classes. Okay. After the revision, this lecture would include PYQ analysis, revision. After the revision, I would be showing you some sort of practice question. I am not showing you the model answer here. I will provide separate PDF for model answer. So I would be providing you separate PDF for the model answer. But here in the class, I will only show the questions and a basic approach. So here I would be showing you the practice question as well as the approach. So this is what is going to be there. Then at last, the most important thing is toppers answer copies. I am going to show you the toppers answer copy during the class itself, so that you will get the view how the toppers they are writing. It is the most essential aspect whenever we are considering the answer writing. So this is how these four things would be there in your lecture. Okay. Additionally, I will be providing you this and this in terms of a PDF. So you will get two PDF. You will also get the class PPTs. So this is how we are going to cover. Now, as you can see, one class would include this, and these are the dates mentioned when you will be having the classes. Then, as per the class, every single day you have to give at least 5 hours for your optional. Now you can afford to give 5 hours. Quite possible someday you have to attend the class. After the class, you need to prepare short notes for those particular units. Even if you are giving mains this year, even if you are preparing for the mains 2026, still you have to give at least 5 hours for your optional now. At least for 1.5 months we need to provide. There are so many students who used to feel, ma'am, GS subject is having more weightage. So they used to say 1 to 5, like 1250 marks, that is for the GS. Let me tell you, even if you are doing so much of hard work for the GS, still you cannot create high margin difference. Reason? Because more or less every single person, they are able to get in the range of 80 to 100 in your optional. Even if you are doing exceptional, still there is no one who would get 150. But if you are paying attention toward your optional, there are high chances that you can create a huge margin difference. Why? Let me tell you, there are so many students, if they are not value adding or not doing separate things, Their range somehow, some students like now they are asking to me, ma'am, I got last time 211, 240. If you are paying more attention, having a integrated approach, you can have a full-fledged version to get 270 to 290. Means if you are putting more and more effort, you can create a difference of 40 to 60 marks. But in your GS marks, there is no such scope. Therefore, for optional, at least like now, if you are preparing for your mains, you should study at least for 10 hours. 5 hours for your optional, 5 hours for your GS. This is what you need to do. Now you can prepare these 5 hours. Later on would include the test series as well as the answer. Fine. So this is what you need to do. This is how all the classes would be there. I will be providing you everything. For this unit 6, I would be providing you handwritten, summarized theories so that you can prepare well. Then there is going to be test 1. The test would include the questions, like it's going to be a sectional test. It would include question from this particular unit only. Now this test would be there in the offline as well as in the online mode. After the test, you will get your evaluated copy. So after getting the evaluated copy, I'm going to provide you one-to-one mentorship. It's not something in terms of a discussion. Like it's so easy to provide the discussion. But I'm here going to provide you one-to-one mentorship. Means you will have your copy, I will also have your copy, and will analyze that you can do much better in the intro. You were having that in your short notes, and this is how you need to transform it. So this is what we are going to do. Let me show you the complete full-fledged schedule. So here you can see date-wise it is being mentioned. Here also, first we will be covering the paper 1. So we are done with the social culture part, then physical part, then we are going to have a sectional test for physical, and then we are going to have one full length test for paper 1. Okay, after that we will have the paper 2. So here we are going to put more and more attention, because now more and more question being asked from here. Here unit 1.8 of paper 1 is also clubbed. Why? Because it's part of Indian archaeology. So then you would be having one sectional test. After that, Indian anthropology is being started from unit 2 till the unit 5. You would have again the sectional test for this part, Indian anthropology, and then sectional test for the tribal India. This is how you need to do. After that, you will have a full length test on the 9th August. That's again for the paper 2. After that, most important thing is this 16 August simulator test. So it's going to be on the same similar lines of the UPSC. Let me tell you one more thing. All the questions for this test are being personally prepared by me, and they are on the line of UPSC. They are including high rich language that UPSC used to frame. For paper 2, especially, I'm going to prepare it as per the line of the UPSC, because UPSC now is inclining towards different things, like more tribal question, like more archaeological question. Fine. So this is what I'm going to provide you. And it's something like in the morning slot one paper, in the evening slot another paper. It means you need to do this with a full fledged version. Fine. I hope you can understand. So this is how we are going to have. After that, if you have any doubt, you can ask for. Otherwise, I'm going to train you how to prepare the short notes, and then how to approach the answer. Okay, so after that I'm going to tell you. Okay, do you have any doubt? Do you have any question you want to ask for? Do you have any doubt? Okay. Look, so sectional test, it is dividing two parts. Fine. So let us suppose we are considering this one. Fine. So it is somehow 250 marks paper for one. So it, like, we are going to plan it in terms of half 125 marks, 125 marks. Why? Because it is constituting the paper 1. So 125 marks. So accordingly, quite possible, like, I will try to provide you the choice. Otherwise, like, full fledged you have to prepare 9, like you need to write 9 question, 125 marks, 9 question. So accordingly I will plan, but I will be providing you the choice based system. Reason? Because for the UPSC you need to train your mind which question set to choose. It is the most important thing. Even for the full length paper, I am going to provide you complete 28 question. From the 28 question, you just need to prepare 3, 3, 3, 9, 9, and you need to prepare 19 question. But I will be providing you 28 question. Why? Because I am going to train you how to choose the perfect set. Because sometimes it happens that because you have chosen the wrong one, you are not able to score well. Okay. Another thing, if you want to ask. Okay, so Varun is saying if I join the course after the result, will it be possible to cover the backlog? One more thing, Varun, I just want to share that you should not wait till the test. Even if you are giving this year mains, or even if you are giving the next year mains, still you need your optional preparation. Still you need your optional in your hand. So it's all about your optional. Sometimes some student used to feel that nahi, if the result turn out to be positive, then. But here also you need to ensure the best strategy is to prepare for the mains and then to give the mains as you are giving it in the UPSC whole, and then after this mains start for preparing for prelims. This should be your ideal strategy, because at this point of time clearing the prelims is the main roadblock. Once you clear the prelims, you should be full fledgedly prepared for your mains, so that you can just revise within these 2.5 months and you can give the exam. Okay, so this is what I would suggest you. Other things, you can also talk to me after the class if you want. Okay, so this is what, in terms of the questions I had told you. One more thing I just want to ensure, for the paper 1, just for practice, I'm going to provide you 169 questions. So 169 questions with model answer. For the paper, again it is not working. Okay, so for paper 2, I'm going to provide you 137 question, practice question with model answer. These questions, they are other than the test paper that you will get. Okay, so this is how we are going to plan. Now, let me give you the basic overview. You would be getting the login to the website. So through the website, we are going to have our classes. In the classes, you will get the PPTs. So I will be providing you the PDF of these PPTs separately from a Google Drive. Other than this, I will be providing you extra PDF, and these are unit wise. I will provide a complete compilation. It would include extra material like examples. Unit wise, I will provide you separate unit wise examples, some case studies. These are other than the classes that you can use in your test paper. Okay, so then I will be providing you the material, then I would see you are able to replicate in your exam paper, in your test paper or no. Then other than this, I'm going to provide you model answer for practice question. Okay, so you will get these three things in terms of material. These are the three things you will get in terms of the material. Okay, if you have any question, you can ask first. Fine. I am taking the whole responsibility where I'm going to train you for the answer writing. So my full-fledged view is to train you for preparing the answer. Fine. Now, let me tell you the other basic view how you need to proceed. What you need to do first, you need to attend the lecture. After attending the lecture, you need to prepare short notes. This is the most important thing. The reason behind preparing the short notes. Many of the students, they would say, ma'am, you should provide the short notes. I may provide you the short notes, but that's going to be according to my own way. Your short notes should be as per your own way. Why? Because these are the short notes which is going to be our foundation for answer writing. I have mentored so many students who had written mains, who are writing mains. Based upon the observation, one thing that I had analyzed, that these are the things which is going to be panacea for your preparation. The reason behind that is that once you have done with your GS paper, then you have around 4 to 5 days in your hand to prepare for your optional, because you have to give your optional. But before that, you also have one monster, that is the language paper, Hindi and English. So you have that fear also. So because of that, even if you have prepared well for your optional, still because of that fear and pressure, you are not able to revise. If you have scattered sources, so what we need to do, we need to compile our scattered sources in the short notes. And these short notes, they are going to provide us the basis. They are going to provide us the edge. I would be compelling you to prepare your short note. This is the kind of hard work you have to do from your side. I will be training how to prepare the short note in today's class only, because then we would be having the full-fledged classes only. Fine. Now, once you have prepared the short notes, then I would ask you to prepare transcript. Transcript of whom? Transcript of model answer. I'm going to provide you the model answer. What you just need to do, you need to prepare a transcript. Transcript only for 2 to 3 questions for the very beginning. Later on, you would avoid this thing. Why? Because once you have given the test, you would be trained for that. Fine. Now, let me give you the basic overview how you need to prepare your short notes. Okay, so the easiest unit for which I can take the example is the unit 2.1. But the way for preparing the short note is going to be same or similar for all the units. Okay, let us suppose, like example, here I am taking unit 2.1. So for that, what you need to do, one more thing you need to understand. Short notes, it doesn't mean that you need to prepare one unit or create one unit on one page. This is one of the like biggest myth that is there, that you need to prepare one pager. No. Yes, one pager is used just to give the name, but you may be having different pager. Quite possible during the classes also you may feel that I am also using the word you need to create one pager. It is only in terms of language which is being used. Fine. So here unit 2.1 is there in terms of syllabus. Let me give you the basic overview: the nature of culture, the concept and characteristics of culture, the civilization, ethnocentrism and cultural relativism. This is the kind of syllabus which is given by the UPSC. One more thing, do not prepare your short notes, do not prepare your comprehensive notes in question and answer format, not at all. You are going to hamper yourself as well as your studies. Why? Because you will feel strain what to do. So for that you need to prepare your short notes in this format. So you would be having A4 size paper. This is the first rule that I'm telling you. Prepare the short notes on one pager. Let me give you the rules as well here. Prepare short notes on A4 size pages. वैसे ही बनाना है, ठीक है? You are not going to prepare the short notes in your notebook or anything. Why? Because over a period of time, you have to add on the things. So, this is what you need to do. Fine. Now, because this unit 2.1 is having a basic syllabus which includes four things, therefore, we are going to prepare it in this format only. Okay. First, here I would be writing culture. Here, civilization, ethnocentrism, cultural relativism. Okay. Now, you have to create different things under these. For culture, first I have to explain about, or I have to write introduction. Introduction, this is something that if there is any question on the culture, you would show as an introduction. Quite possible it may take time, but over a period of time, you will inbuilt this thing. Let us suppose there is any question. Uh, like usually from the culture, there is only 10 marker question. From this complete unit, most of the question would be asked for culture relativism and cultural relativism in present text. For example, globalization and culture. For example, culture relativism and human rights. For example, why culture relativism is dearer to the anthropologist. So this is what this unit, because so many students they are relatable, that's why I'm giving the basic example. Now, first, here you need to prepare one introduction. Introduction may include basic reference related to the culture. It may include the anthropologist's name and their reference. It may include some basic example for any culture. I may include example for culture here, for culture relativism. But here it should be simple, it should be short, and it should not be more than 2 to 3 lines. Now, because you are preparing your short notes, therefore you are not allowed to write complete sentences. You have to write down some key points. Let us suppose culture. So each person is unique and having a unique pattern of living. Culture is nothing but complexes of ideas, pattern of thinkings, and the way of life. This is something that I can show in terms of introduction. But here in my short notes, I would be writing only every person unique. Culture include complex idea, pattern of thinking, and culture is unique. So this is what in terms of uh, like short notes I would be showing. Fine. Then after this term is something which require a basic meaning, so I would also include meaning. After the meaning, I have to mention some basic definition. After the definition, I have to write down the features of culture. After feature, characteristics. Why? Because they had also mentioned the characteristics in the syllabus. After that, I have to mention some components of culture. Then, some attributes or qualities of culture. Then, development of culture. Then, culture process. Then, culture pattern. These are the points that should be there in my notes. If I'm having something based upon this, fine. If not, again I have to show. Then civilization. Again for civilization, I require introduction. then the meaning, and then the definition. This is what I would be framing here, so that it will prepare, like it would be prepared in terms of one index. Once I would, once I had completed about it, then I would be preparing, like I would be taking one page as a culture, and then would be writing introduction, meaning, definition. Like let us suppose in I may be having 5 to 6 definition, but I cannot remember all 5 to 6 definition, and I don't even need to remember. Why? Because for my answers at least I need to know one or two definition. So what I would be doing here in my short notes, I will be writing only those things that I would be I would need to remember, and I would be writing in my answers. Why? Because every single time when I have to write answer, I will be revising only my short notes, not everything. Here, let us suppose features. So for features, I know the basic thing, like culture is nothing but a total way of life. So I am only going to write some like here I would only writing the key points. Why? Because I'm having my other notes, other study material as well. Fine. Then after the definition, I would be writing stages of civilization. After the stages of civilization, then culture and civilization. And then differences between culture and civilization. So these are the part that should be there as a part of civilization. Here in between I am using some anthropologist name, these types of things. Then there is ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism, it require again introduction, meaning, then it require some definition, then it require most important thing, examples. It requires some sort of example. Then there should be nature or roots of ethnocentrism. Then there should be level of ethnocentrism. It should be defined here, so that I will get the basic idea that this is something that is missing in my notes, and I need some sort of material for that. One thing that you all need to do for every single unit, you need to prepare this first page and need to share it with me. I will be pointing out that this is something which is missing, and this is my assurance. I would be providing you the material for that. Because it's a enrichment or revision course, and I am taking you the responsibility of mentorship, therefore I'm providing it. I cannot provide everything because this is not a foundation course, and you are not the foundation student. You are not starting from the scratch. You know everything. You have read about it. You have completed your syllabus once. So, quite possible if you are lacking something, I would be here. Again, for culture relativism, there should be one proper introduction, one proper meaning. Then there should be definition. Then relevance of culture relativism. Based upon your own notes and your thinking, you will be preparing this one page for every single unit, and you would be sharing it with me. I would let you know where and at which point you are missing. I will be providing you extra material for that. So after the relevance, we need to create a difference: ethnocentrism versus cultural relativism. After you are done with this, you have to mention culture relativism and human right. Here you have to mention criticism of culture relativism. At last, conclusion. This is how you need to prepare your short notes. Now, once you know that this is something that I have to complete for every single unit, this is something kind of assurance, like it's something sort of guru dakshina I am asking from you. So you need to prepare this type of thing, need to share it with me. If you are missing at any point, I'm going to let you know. If you have the material, well and good. Not so, I'm going to provide that material as well. Now would be taking first part, culture, and completing it, writing it. Now it may take more than 1 hour. But let me tell you the basic standard for every single unit. Not more than 1 hour 30 minutes it should take to prepare short notes. If you are giving more time, it means you are doing something which is not right. And if it is more time consuming, then let me know. Okay? So there is going to be customized mentorship from my side. So this is how you would be preparing your short notes. In between, the kind of diagrams, the kind of example I'm going to provide you, you need to add on. Every single time, if you are preparing the notes, just leave some basic space in between so that you can add on value further. And like the basic rule I had told you that you need to prepare it in the A4 size paper. Another thing here I just want to mention, write loosely, leave space in between. To add on examples or value addition material. Okay, now this is what you need to do. Okay, if you have any sort of yeah, Navya, Anthropology Foundation course is separate course. It's going to start from 10th June. That's basically separate course, Navya. Okay, so if you have any further doubt from this part, you can ask for. Okay, okay. This is not the prerequisite that every single topic is going to have a separate meaning. But let me tell you a basic overview. For culture, we have a separate meaning. For civilization, again, we have a separate meaning. Even for ethnocentrism and cultural relativism. Quite possible there are some, like for society, we have meaning as well. Just to show we feeling or this type of thing. There are some topics where meaning is not there. So we can skip that as well. So this is not the basic prerequisite. I had given you the basic example because each and every part here have separate meaning. Like for ethnocentrism, ethno means culture. Centrism means you are self-centered. So when you are self-centered to your own culture, so that's the basic meaning. Fine. Anything else you want to know? Navya, you can like there is number available in the description box, so you can talk to me through that number. Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want to know? Okay. You don't need to think about that. We are going to take the syllabus as the measure. Okay, so her question is, she is asking, ma'am, how to collaborate the PYQs in my notes. So you don't need to think about. Why? Because we are considering UPSC syllabus as our parent thing, as our standard. So once we have taken the UPSC syllabus for that, here we are ensuring that PYQs are included in terms of material. Now, for the PYQs, I am also going to provide you some PYQs with model answer in terms of practice question. So, in between, which is important one, I had included. So, I will be providing even model answer for that as well. You don't need to think about it. Okay. Let us suppose, like, if you have any sort of doubt, so they had asked question like in the year 2024, there is one question related to culture, 10 marker attributes of culture. So, is it included? Fine. So let us suppose before that there is one question 10 marker, culture relativism and human right. Is it included? Fine. So we are ensuring through this index that each and everything is included. And these notes, they are going to be fresh one. These are not going to be as post-mortem of PYQs. Usually what student used to do, they used to have a post-mortem of the PYQs. Means the PYQ UPSC had already asked, they are preparing the model answer of that particular PYQ. Why? We need to have those model answer, but if I have to prepare fresh, so why I need to prepare the model answer for previous question? UPSC is going to ask for sure, but not in that particular form. So I need to have fresh material. I can use it, customize it as per the demand of the question. Why I am saying that you don't need to prepare your notes in question and answer format, because your mind used to be conditioned then, and you are not able to provide the best quality out of it. So when you have loose notes, you can prepare it. Trust me, if you will be preparing your short note in this format, you won't feel any sort of difficulty while writing the answer. Not at all. Fine. So if you had understood this, then fine. Let me proceed further. Okay. Let us suppose you have prepared your short note in this format. On one page, you will be preparing this index. On next page, what you will be doing, you would be writing anthropologist name, reference, and topic, from which topic that anthropologist is related. This is what you will do. Once you are done with that as well, then you would be starting writing about it. The kind of measurement I had provided you depend upon your writing speed as well, and your consistency, productivity, and your focus as well. On an average, you should give only 1.5 hour for preparing these notes. Fine. So let us suppose you are attending the class. So from the class itself, you will get something. So you just need to do, you need to have your own notes, then class PPTs, then model answer. You will read and will collaborate it in terms of a short notes. Short notes, they should not be written in complete sentences. Mark my word. Here you just need to give the reference. Reference in terms of key points. So for the very first time, you won't be able to prepare short notes. Just attend first class, prepare your index, share it with me. You all have my what official WhatsApp number. If not, then let me know. It would be there in the website, so you can just text me there. You need to share it with me either through the WhatsApp or through the Telegram. I would be telling you you are going the right way or not. Will prepare short notes again. Would share it with me. If it is good, then you will proceed further. It's a kind of difficult thing. I admit preparing the short note is a difficult thing. But once if you have prepared it, your your preparation is going to be very smooth. Fine. Okay. So once you are done with that, you have prepared your notes. Now, how to use the short notes for writing the answer. Fine. So next is going to how to use short notes for answer writing. In my short notes, I had prepared the basic intro. Then I had prepared the definition. Like quite possible, I am having numerous definition. Like for example, for culture, Herzkovit, B. Malinovisky, Franz Bauer, E.B. Taylor, Clifford Gerst. I have multiple definition, but I don't want to remember every, because I quite possible I will be remembering, but I'm not able to mention. So it would be better if I would analyze which definition is good to mention. Let us suppose if there is any question on the component of culture, what are the basic component of culture, it would be better if I mention E.B. Taylor, because he is specifying complex idea. These all are component. Let us suppose if there is any question on the nature of culture, it would be fine if I mention B. Malinovisky. Let us suppose if there is any question on culture pattern, so it would be better if I mention either the Ruth Benedict or the Clifford Gerst. So this is how in my short notes only I need to specify here. I don't need to mention the complete definition, not at all, because no one is like how examiner, they are so old. Do you really feel they know of, the, that, is, of every definition? Not at all. They just know the basic overview that culture pattern is related to this person. Like they know this thing, B. Malinowski is related to the participant observation. He did the field study. They know this thing. Now, each and every single point they don't know. So that's how you need to write in your definition. Just E.B. Taylor complexes. Just Clifford Gull's interpretation of culture. So this is what you need to do. Okay, fine. So that's how your short notes, they should be in answer ready format. If they are in the answer ready format, you are done with your work. Fine. So here, how to use the short notes for answer writing, this is what you need to understand. Your answer and your basic preparation, it should be answer oriented only. Fine. So let us suppose if I have to prepare the basic overview. For my foundation, I had already taught to the students how to write the answer, and the session for that is also available in on the YouTube. But here separately, I don't want you to spend time separately. I'm going to tell you here also. Your paper, it is basically for 3 hours and it's for 250 marks. In your paper, question 1, it includes 5 questions, and question 5, that is also compulsory, it also include 5 questions. It means it's around 10 mark each and it's for 50 marks. Again, that's also for 50 marks. Then there are 3 set: question 2, question 3 and question 4. Here question 6, question 7 and question 8. They one set is again for 50 marks. So it is including question A, B and C. 15 mark, 15 mark and 20 mark. Total 50 marks. And that's same for these questions. You have to attempt a question. Total marks are 250 marks. 100 marks are done from here. That's compulsory. Now you have to take and choose 3 set out of it, because 100 marks are done. You need 150 marks more. So for that, at least you need to choose one set from each section, from either from section A or from section B. You can't do like this, that you are choosing question 2, 3, 4. You can't do. You have to choose at least one set from this section and another one set from another. So question 2, question 3, like let us suppose you are choosing this and this, and you are choosing this. It means in totality, you have to write 10 question for 10 marker. You have to write one set, two set, three set. So they include 215 marker, 215 marker, 215 markers. So you have to attend 6 question for 15 marker each, and 120 marker, 120 marker, 120 marker. So 3 question for 20 marks. It means in totality, you have to attend how many questions? 19 questions. So 19 questions need to be attempted. Now you need to prepare your approach accordingly. How and in what way? Based upon this format, 10 marker question, they should be written in 150 words. So 150 word each, around 1500 words. Then 6 questions which are basically 6 questions which are basically 15 marker. For that you need to write 250 words. So it would be around 1250. And you need to write 3 questions, that's 20 marker, and this should be written in 300 to 350 words. And for that, you need to write 1050. Okay, so it means you need to write 4000 words. 4000 word in one paper, and then 4000 word in another paper. In totality, you have to write 8000 words. If you can really understand. So 8000 word in one day. So from this perspective, what you need to understand, that you need to have a full-fledged hold while writing. And if you are preparing your short notes, then this is going to be your training. As I told you, 1.5 hour to prepare one unit. It depends upon the limit as well. So you can just stretch it one like 2 hour as well, but maximum 1 hour, 30 minutes. Fine. Now a 10 marker question. It should be written only within 7 minutes. 15 marker question within 11 minutes. 20 marker question within 14 minutes. If I have to compare it with the number of question like 70 minutes, here 66 minutes, here also 42 minutes. So on an average, I would be having 178 minutes to write these questions. And UPSC is providing me 3 hours. It means 180 minutes. So I'm having these 2 minutes to prepare the Maggie, to eat and have the energy. Okay. So within these 2 minutes, I need to do one thing, that is just to have a proper choice. Okay. So whenever you are having test, I will be ensuring that you will be getting more question so that you can have a proper choice. Once you have attempted the question, you got the evaluated copy, we both will sit and will analyze why you choose this one and what kind of material comparing to your short notes you were having and how you have prepared. So this is something that you need to understand, and this is something I am ensuring you that I will be making you answer ready. You just need to do only one thing. You have to study with focus. You have to have the complete focus, dedication, and no procrastination for short notes. This is the only thing I'm asking. I will be providing you every single extra material. I will be sharing news clip. I will be sharing a proper PDF maintained topic wise. Fine. So, like for example, for paper one, first you would be like for social culture part. First you would be having classes before your test. Once you are completed with the complete part of your social culture, that day only I will be sharing one PDF. Unit wise will include the extra case studies, extra examples. Okay, you just need to club those things in your short notes and then need to revise and give the test. Fine. So this is the kind of thing that we will be doing. Fine. Do you have any doubt from this thing? No. Now it means what? It means that for optional you need to have a proper strategy in terms of clubbing the things together, then in terms of revision, and after the revision, most important thing, answer writing. For prelims, let us suppose you are studying about the polity or the geography or anything, you need to remember everything. You don't have any choice, because UPS is like ocean. They can ask anything from anywhere. Now the UPSC, they don't have any deen dharam daya, they don't have anything, because based upon their previous year keys, answer keys for prelims, we can really analyze that we are just having oil, matlab tel dal dal kar apni aankhon mein we are studying, and still UPSC is just cutting off the questions, they are deleting the question, these and that. So we cannot expect emotions from UPSC. We have to be strong. So for prelim, that is the approach, but for mains, you have the choice what to mention, what not. So, based upon this, you need to be very much alert, aware. Mains is extremely difficult than prelims, but prelims is more difficult than mains. Okay, so this is something in terms of a vicious cycle, and we have to break. Fine. So this is something that in terms of the outlook I would be providing you. And as you can understand that, like, I will be sharing this PDF as well. This I will be sharing in the official Telegram channel of the Anthropology, Shunya IAS Anthropology. From there you can access about it. If you have any further doubt, if you have any sort of expectation from me, you can share in the online as well as in the offline. If you have any sort of doubt, you can share. If not, then we are just wrapping up the today's session. It's only in terms of introduction that this is something I just want to tell you, that this is in sort of expectation you can expect from my side. But one assurance I'm giving you, if you are asking me 200%, I will be giving 500%. The only thing you need to do, focus, discipline, dedication. These are the three things that you have to provide. Okay? Do you have any doubt? Do you have any question? Do you want to ask anything? Done? Okay. So, thank you so much for today. As you know, Anthropology 300 plus enrichment course, it is being launched from today itself. So you can access for this course. If there are some students like this thing, I just want to say that do not wait for the result for the mains. Why? Because even if you are writing mains this year or next year, you have to prepare for your optional, and that too from a 360-degree approach while covering every single thing. So this is something that you need to do. One more thing, that with this course, like as is starting from the 2nd of June, you will be having everything. Even if in like someday you are not able to take up the class or you miss the class, still you would be having the recordings for that, and you can watch the recording later on. And the kind of mentorship is going to be one to one. You can ask anytime, any sort of thing. Fine. So thank you so much for today. As now we are taking the pledge to score 300 plus, so this is some sort of dedication I require from your side, to be having the proactive approach and do as I'm asking you to do, and the responsibility of to making you the person that being very much confident and will be writing the answer in a good manner. So I would be taking the responsibility for that. Okay, so thank you so much.